Um, today, today only we work on outfit.
Sorry.
Today only me work at office because both Jim and Robert have sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they are off. They will back to work on tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Um,
Oh, I ask. Yeah. Hold on. Marcus is joining us.
yeah.
Morning.
Good morning, Marcus.
Morning. Okay. Are we waiting for anyone else?
No.
Okay. So Chung Yijin mentioned that there's some issues with the configuration. Is it? Can you help explain?
What is your with the configuration?
The field mapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Can you help to
explain to Marcus what's
Sorry,
the
Yijin, go on.
current issue. Can you briefly explain to Marcus the current solution that we have and the issue that we will face if we want to change all fields to be configurable?
Yeah. Did you see my draft estimation for using new RM? Let me check. Okay. Let me explain. With current structure of um, brand API, and we move logic to an app project. I mean middleware. We have many native SQL. So for field mapping, if we want to replace own field from different brand, we have to change a lot of place where using complete SQL. So uh, we we saw that it takes many effort, and so we recommend we can use new architecture by using Hibernate or CPA.
Okay. So first of all, when we embark on this design at the start, we all know the
Yeah,
requirements is field mapping, right?
yeah, I know, I
Yeah.
know.
So we are supposed to go live already this week. So there is no way we can go back to the drawing board and change everything. So my question will be, how do we leverage what we have built correctly to still resolve the problem that we have without refactoring everything? So is the problem more complicated than we think it is?
Yeah, it's more complete completed to complete to or to apply our own field.
Apply own field. Eugene, is that understanding correct? Are we applying our own field, or are we trying to over-engineer a solution?
No, we are not going to have own field, but I think Chung is saying that is the SQL might there are a lot of SQL statement in all over the code, and it might be complex and a lot of effort to change all the fields.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I still don't quite understand changing all the fields. So your SQL statement should have keywords inside that will be replaced by a configuration, right? Yes.
yes.
Uh, and that in itself is not a complicated design, right? Am I right? That means now let's just say instead of finding table name 2, you put keyword inside. Find keyword 2. Am I oversimplifying the requirements?
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. Can you say it again?
Okay, so the requirements is very easy in the sense to me that am I wrong to say that now you have an SQL statement that says join table 1 to table 2, for example. It is hard coded that way, right?
Yeah,
So it should be configurable in a sense that it should be a keyword. So join keyword 1 to keyword 2,
yeah,
correct? So if it's join keyword 1 to keyword 2, I can always define what is keyword 1 or keyword 2 depending on the CRM. Yes?
yes.
Okay. If that's the case, then isn't changing all of these table names, because all the table names currently are the same, right? Isn't it just a find and replace?
Yeah.
Then why does it require a refactoring of the solution?
Um, I mean, currently we just apply to field, for example,
Yes.
passport, no, and nationality. And if we now in the future, if we now specific field, we can apply. We can use common field mapping function to detect and replace different column. But if we don't now we feel we different. We cannot apply. We cannot to check which SQL statement to replace. So if we use current solution, uh, we still need to find um, with the SQL statement and replace the new field. We cannot only apply new field to configuration file.
Eugene, do you understand that? Yes.
Okay.
Can we look at the codes? Is that easier?
My understanding is that you have to change, like what you say, like change the keyword. So I'm not sure if it'll be easier if we list down all the SQL in each API. Then from there we change one by one.
Yeah, that's why I need to actually look at it to understand the complexity, right?
Chung, maybe you want to show one API example that you think that is difficult to change.
Trung, maybe you can pull up an API, then we can
Yep.
see. Okay.
For example, I can show you get customer API.
Mm-hmm.
With the get a customer API, we have many condition to check to select multiple field. If we for example, in the future we want to change, we have a new field as first name. We need to find this SQL statement and replace here, and we will find other SQL statement and then replace where have first name. Yeah. To get the customer API, we select multiple field. I will show you a fully SQL when I bring into command line.
Eugene, can you help me understand where is the field mapping happening now? Can you, Trung, explain to me again? So, where can I configure the change of the table that you're connecting to? That's a field mapping that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, Chung, you show the passport number that you guys did for the field mapping.
Okay.
For example, passport no and national ID. I replace here. I have to use common common function and get exact column name. If we want to use if we have new different column, we have to use this function to replace
Hmm. Okay. Sorry. So let me try to think from a non-developer's point of view. Okay, Eugene, correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is in the configuration file, I have a list of NX API field names. For example, first name, last name, national ID. Okay.
yeah.
Now I need to map this to the names that are in the specific CRM that I'm connecting. In the specific CRM, the first name may be called F name. So in my configuration file, I just put it as equals to F name. Okay. And last name will be L name. And national ID will be NID. By doing that, your function should be able to connect to the correct table names accordingly, because I'm using my keyword in NX called first name, FIRSTNAME. So anything in my code base that uses parameter first name, it will always be replaced by the CRM field name. That is my understanding of how field mapping works. Is it wrong? Is it correct?
Yes, but it must include the table name also. Because
Yes, but the table name is also a field mapping. It's also a map, right? Because in NX, my table name may be called one. Use one join to B or something. But in this new CRM, the table name is actually mapped to X.
I think the current one we don't do the table mapping. It's only field. So for this instance, right, like the one like Chong showing customer national ID. So in the config file is
Yes. So to make this function usable across all CRMs, I need to be able to map accordingly, because each CRM table name plus field name may be different. That's why we are creating relationships, right? Correct? Is it the wrong way of configuring? Is it currently not done this way? It looks awfully complex. You're trying to find something and replacing it.
yeah, but my understanding currently is not like that. Currently is only doing the mapping in field level.
Okay, and how does the mapping work?
How does the mapping work? So for example, this in this case, right, this code in line 672. So by right is customer national ID. So this the field name, this the field mapping variable name, customer dot national ID. So in the config file, right? Chong, you show the config.
Oh yeah, we use
Yep.
table name and column name.
Yeah, but you did the value for this mapping is on this passport number.
Yes. Correct.
So
So my understanding should be correct, right? That means you're using a parameter called customer.national ID, which is specific to NX, right? Yes. Customer.national ID
Yes.
is an variable. Yes. Correct. In CRM1, this customer.national ID is called custom9. Correct? So the mapping is done correctly. So why is it complicated? Because now I just need to put another customer dot first name and replace it in my functions, right? Am I oversimplifying it again? Sorry. Correct or not?
If you change that means all the places that map to your first name have to change to this code lah. This common
Yes.
function code.
Yes.
Yes.
So isn't it as easy as find all replaced with a new string?
In generic, yes, but you must see
In
the
my
alias, the table, how the table join, and then what's the original query like? Because I'm not sure, Chung, how you identify the table if there's a different table joined together, the alias is different, right?
wait. So you're trying to tell me that a function cannot be used across all CRMs? I thought the only difference is just the field name, right? Or the table name, right? Are you also saying that joining is different?
Please, I need to ask Chung. Chung, can you confirm? Because from what I see, the config now is customer dot national ID. But if my query, I connect multiple table, then how will
Wait.
you factor in?
Why should you be connecting to multiple tables?
Maybe customer, we connect like customer to source to member table.
But that should in itself be its own function, right?
Yeah, that's the part I'm not sure whether this common function take care of it. If in any case there's same field name in across different table, what will happen?
Mm, okay, but you're still only replacing the specific field name in the specific table, right?
Currently, yes lah.
So that means when I map table 1, field 1 in NX is called field 1. Same table, maybe a different name, but the field inside this CRM one, let's just call it CRM 1, the name is actually called custom 1. So all I need to do is map these two together. Then my code should work. That's how I see how mapping should work. Yes.
Field level lah. Field level works lah.
But my field level parent is still the table. Right?
Yeah, but let's say now is customer dot first name, right? So let's say you got a new CRM, we don't call it customer already, you call it I call it user.
Yes.
Yeah, so
but you would have mapped that also.
Yeah, so for example, you say customer dot first name equals to F name. But when I don't know whether Chung did when the query joining the from table, right? The customer that is still hard coded there.
It shouldn't be hard coded. It's a parameter.
Yeah, that's why I don't think the table is configurable currently.
Okay.
So currently it's just exact field like replacement.
Okay. So how do we correct this? So Trung, you see the configuration needs to be down to table before getting a field, right? Because the parent of the field is the table. Correct? June?
Yeah, sorry, good. I'm not sure about the question. Can you say it again?
Okay. So, okay, let's go back again. Requirements again. Requirements is we know one function in NX needs to be able to use across many CRMs, legacy lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it needs to connect. Legacy CRM needs to be able to connect and use all of these functions accordingly. Okay. And the problem is table name and field names are named differently in each CRM. The functions are the same, but the table names and field names are different.
Yeah.
So field mapping basically means you need to allow your NX variables or parameters to be defined by your field mapping. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if table 1 in NX is called X or called Y in another CRM, you should be able to just configure table NX equals to X for this CRM. Okay, or you can be able to configure table 1 equals to Y for this other CRM. It's configuration. Okay, and then after that, you can define field name 1, for example, to be able to be some other name. So it's just, to me, I see it just a matrix that you just fill in and then you submit or you save. The system should be able to just pull out your parameters and fill up your string accordingly. It should be as simple as that.
Yeah.
Eugene, am I again oversimplifying things? I see you scratching your head. So
I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't think currently it's like this.
okay, don't think about the current. Is this the correct way of configuring? Did I miss out something about configuring?
No, so you are saying that, like example, the current config now. So you are saying that let's say customer dot national ID. So if I put user dot Y, so everything should be automated. You will automatically select user table instead of customer table and select Y instead of national ID. Yeah, yes.
Okay. So how do we update this? So Chung currently it can't do that, right? Things are still hard coded, from my understanding.
Sorry, what do you mean hard code for now?
Okay, Chung. So meaning, right? So now let's say your configuration. You go to your config file.
Yeah. I'm using config file.
Okay,
Yeah.
I cannot see. Okay, your config file now is customer dot national ID. Is it?
Yeah.
Equals to custom 9. Right?
I can't see, no.
Yeah, I
Is
can
it?
see.
Your screen is not changing, Achoo. I see your mouse move a bit, but
Can you show us the config 01th properties file?
Sorry, I can hear. Yeah.
Can you show us the config, the Thailand config file?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you show us? We cannot see. Yeah, yes. Yes. Okay, so you see now customer dot national ID equals to custom 9, right? So,
We for own for other config we only use one config, and this is
yep,
exactly
yep,
name of a brand.
yes,
We
correct.
use
So, what we are saying here is that so now customer dot national ID is custom 9. So is in a way is hard coded that is in customer table, right? So let's say my customer dot national ID actually is not in, I have a this new schema is not in customer table, is in a user table, a table name called user. So this config file will not work, right?
Mm.
Right?
if we have for
Mm.
example if we have new different schema,
Yep.
we I see let me show you. Yeah, if we define new
Mm.
yeah, for example user and ID, we just add here and we don't need to change code.
Okay. So you are saying that it will automatically select the user table.
Mm.
Yeah, if we use if we select a user table and ID in code, and we do, yeah,
But because you see
we don't need.
you are selecting from customer. You see your next line from customer C. Will you have issue?
But if we use we define new different table name,
Mm-hmm.
we have to detect uh, new table name and replace what have, for example, customer, and here we need to change the user, for
Yeah,
example.
so we are saying that it should be the code should automatically cover this. So we shouldn't we do not need to manually go and change the code.
Yeah,
You understand what we mean, right? Because now if I change to user.id, your SQL will fail because
yeah,
it's not fetching the correct label. So is it possible to do it that it will select the correct table?
yeah. We can correct a new table.
As in it's configurable. So meaning if another CRM is another table, is table B, B dot B dot national ID. So
Yeah,
your code will support that without any code change.
yeah. For with this common function, we
Uh-huh.
can support other table name.
So do you need to change anything now, or you are saying that now is already supported?
Um,
You need to change, right?
yeah. We need to change a little. We will find a current table and replace a new table. But we just add the in config file.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So your this sorry, so go to code level. So let's say the line below from customer C. So this customer it will not be hard coded. You will change to a function, is it?
yeah. We will change fast. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so if you're gonna update this, how long is it gonna take?
Um, Do you think? Do you want to think? Is it a solution?
I think your existing solution logic is already correct. It's just that some things are still hard coded. Like Eugene mentioned, your row 1002, the customer is a hard coded uh, uh, variable, right? So from customer, you should still be calling your config. So from your, it should be a CRM NX term here, so that when you configure, it's going to replace accordingly. Then you won't have the issue that the table name changes.
Yeah.
Right. I think your logic is already correct. It's just that you did not take into account a number of these hard-coded fields. So it doesn't look to me again like a very difficult update because you can search and replace, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So it should be a quite straightforward update. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So can you give me a ballpark, because we are again this week we are supposed to hand over for them to do deployment and testing. So are you able to like do it, update everything? There's 3 of you working on it now, right? From my understanding, most of the things are closed already. Eugene, is it correct? All the APIs are done.
Done, but last week, Clarence had to test, like, seems that there's a major issue on the connection, SQL connection. I'm not
Connection, but
sure
not the
why.
API
We need,
ports. Okay.
yeah.
Yes, I know we have sting issue with the API connection, but Robert is focusing on this, and he off today. I will I will tell him to fix as soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible by end of tomorrow we update all of this?
Well, what do you mean update? Do you mean field mapping?
Yes. So all of these hard-coded customer things. Okay. How many APIs do you have?
About 27.
Okay. Then it's a bit unfair by the end of tomorrow. But by end of today, can we just update one and then align that we are in the right direction? True.
Yeah.
So can you just do your search and replace and update accordingly with a variable? End of today, can we just have another short call just to align and see tomorrow morning, give you some more time. Tomorrow morning, we align that it is the correct direction. Then we roll out to all the rest of the APIs.
Um. I think I give my comment and about common field mapping function. Um, we just replace the party specific field if we now, and we don't now, we cannot replace it all other field if we don't know exactly different table name and different column. Do you understand my do you understand?
Not actually. Can you try to explain in the codes? Then we can understand.
Yeah. I mean, currently we only update for national ID because we now for Thailand and Singapore. But if in the future we have uh, new different, for example, first name or app name, we will find own SQL statement and replace it.
I still don't understand. Find own SQL statement and replace it.
I mean for new different name.
Mm-hmm. New field, right?
Yeah, new field.
But isn't the logic of creating the new fields exactly as what you're currently doing? You're saying you want to change the approach to field mapping.
I think it's better if I give you some example after meeting, because maybe my 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 explanation is not clear, but sometimes
Yeah, but I because we are racing against time, so I'm open to solutioning, but I can't be saying that we need to spend another 2 weeks doing something.
yeah,
Because that's out of the investment already. So you know the current requirements, which is we need to be able to map all fields across all legacy CRM. That is the use case when we started the project. So you need to come back and let me know how we can achieve it in the most elegant solution.
okay,
So it's not possible. You need to work with the restriction. It's not possible to say that we refactor or spend another 1 to 2 weeks trying to change, because that is not planned for. So I want to know how are you going to approach this, and you need to advise and let us know most elegant solution.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so when can we do this? When can you get back to us? Or do you want to present now?
Tomorrow I will show you.
Okay, so tomorrow morning we catch up and you'll give us a solution, fastest, elegant, best approach.
Yeah.
Okay, can Eugene, anything from you?
No. So tomorrow meaning one of the you will make you will make the change tomorrow, or tomorrow is just still confirming.
Can you apply the logic to one API by tomorrow? Uh, Trung, so that it's easier for us to understand.
For now, I will apply for customer table.
Eugene, is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then we conclude for now. Yeah.
Okay.
So just keep in mind we're a bit delayed for the delivery already, so Trung. Appreciate if you can help push this up.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
You.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye.